Yeah, it's bad here. Some X fluttering caution shorter. Yeah, it's a shame they messed up the Elix 2. You know, Elix 2 was okay, but fortunately, Elix, the first one was just so good.
Maybe Solar would know.
This must be Hydra's Lake.
Lakes are still. Why name it after the spirit of flowing water?
Remind me. $1 horror game? Are you talking about when I was doing demos or something? $1 one. We have 3 pieces. said it's gonna be a boss fight, isn't it? Ah, tremendous souls.
I was right. It is an ark. A great one. It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
Hey, buddy.
An ark of the stricken earth, I would guess. Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to camp? Doubt my sword is strong enough. Then there's not much we can do with this for now. Dom seems to have an idea about the Loomgate, at least. 2 Enclave constructs. Neither of them functional. Good news. Lane found a shortcut back to our camp for you, and we've got the Wisp working. The Wisp? Watcher's Wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the shortcut.
Oh, we got some hardwood. Worked hard for that hardwood. Okie dokie, Moonwalker. Enjoy. Missing one recipe. Oh, there. Does this show? Okay, so down there is another way back. And something. Oh, come on, man. Burn. Oh god, these stupid invisible things. Like 2 of them.
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station. It doesn't say only 2 out of 5, so the recipes I'll be finding has not been all blacksmithed.
Hoping I could hit it through there. Ah! It's $30. Yeah. See what we can do for now. Do 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 do.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to activate the Loomgate in our camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
The Loomgate sounds risky as the team if they're sure it's safe.
Are you sure this is safe? What are the odds the first one through the Loomgate gets, unspooled? Yeah, unspilling would be bad.
There are no documented accounts of unspooling in what we know about Loomgates. Not that we've retained much. The idea that one can be disintegrated down to fibers is likely an urban legend.
Right. So, how do we repair a Loomgate?
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as the Tapestry. The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the Loomgates as a source of power.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke apart. In notes dated before the Surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the arcs riotously drunk and talking.
Apparently, the Arcs have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic, and can be separated in segments. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to seal a rupture in the Tapestry.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the Arc. There's no way my sword is strong enough.
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace, no problem.
We'll talk.
Great foresight in removing the debris from the Loomgate's platform. We've got a clear workspace once the patch is forged.
Happy to be one step ahead.
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Yeah, we know about the journal. As each expedition time passes, as Bryn rests and recovers, each day is divided into 2 daytime expeditions and 1 nighttime expedition. Good big doggy. Yeah. Okay, treading water.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up?
I I owe you an apology.
What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I should have been more welcoming. I was just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured, and then having a point takeover who...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you've been more than proving yourself. You made finding food and water a top priority. That's when I realized our Weaver band is in good hands. I underestimated you when I shouldn't have, and frankly, I was a jerk about it.
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not. I really am sorry. I hope we can have a better relationship moving forward.
Thanks. That means a lot. Let's just start fresh, okay?
I'd love that.
Demonstrate away our differences, offer to help with the Solar's Forge.
So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword. What does that entail exactly?
Unfortunately, the missing supplies I mentioned.
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the priority. But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them into supplies for our campsite.
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it. Aurea, it's late. These are a great start. With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our campsite. We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup is only half of what it should be. But we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed, Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Like honing your sword so it can cut through arc armor. Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for our mantles with new tools for weaving. And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is invaluable. There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be safer for it.
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need anything.
Come on, there must be something.
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for your supply pouches. But don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's Forge is more important.
So some improvements could be made. The better prepared our band is, safer we all are. Sure, this is a high priority.
You're always thinking 10 steps ahead.
You have no idea.
I love it. The better prepared our Weaver band is, the sooner we can get out of survival mode.
Oh, I'm glad you agree.
Totally. You can count on me.
Thanks, Bren.
Okay.
Sola is delighted with the improvements to her forge. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Bryn.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line in no time.
Yeah, We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain in the back. Would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me, we'll need the... What?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job well done?
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Everyone is here to help. He sure is. She's not alone.
Just try to remember, it's not the end of the world if you take a break. Someone will step in to help lighten your load.
It doesn't always feel like the others realize how much needs to get done.
Then tell them. Like how you told me we needed supplies. I stepped in to help, didn't I?
You did. I see your point.
The others will do the same.
Maybe. I'd better get back to work, but this was nice.
So let's see. In 20, 50. Oh, damn it. Okay, so I need 20. With this. I need 50 for that one. Okay, so we get headgear and head and chest.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way to go, but we'll get there.
Speaking of, I've something for you. We've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials. They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
So there's priority, but that's what else she can reforge.
Can you also reforge armor? Improve my bow?
Sure can. Weapons or armor, we can rework them with different materials as you prefer.
The reforger prioritized new gear, I wonder.
What's the key difference between reforging my gear and just making something new?
If you want gear that does something fundamentally different, make something new. For instance, there are fabrics, metals, leathers, and so on that are highly resistant to heat. A suit of armor made of a combination of those would have been incredible against the Drake you faced in the Veil's shadow. If you don't need something additional, and just want to improve what you already have, that's when you reforge. Keeps the clutter down in the caravan.
What kinds of improvements, I wonder? Let's fix the details.
What should I expect from a reforged sword?
It depends on the materials we use. Some hold edge better, making your swipes that much more deadly. Others make your gear lighter, or, for something like armor, change the way it handles heat and cold.
Okay. That's all I need to know. You ready?
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through arc armor.
That's the spirit.
What brings here for reforged is swap out lower quality materials for stronger ones of the same category. Okay. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with this one. God damn it, that's 5 more damage, so that's
Classic design here. There you go. Not just good as new, better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible to work with whatever we've got on the caravan. Once you have everything we need, we'll forge the patch here.
So look, he's trying to repurpose carapace to fix the Loomgates conduit? For elegance.
Sev's idea. I only helped.
upgrade quickly. Improving the smithy gear can be upgraded to increase its effectiveness. Okay, we have that, but we need a carapace. Okay. But, okay, so we had... I didn't make the sword. Well, we only have one of those. Here the same, go with that one. It's 2. It's 1. That one. Don't want to use up all those. Man. We need better. We need a lot of wood, man. This is better. I only had these. Not really worth using them. $75, $18, $14. The better one I have on. I cannot see what gear I have. This is a little bit of a, but you can compare your is there really no way to get this? What we have all right now is 18 armor. We have no headgear. Okay, so we should make that one then. And that's on the 18.7. Okay, so this one is more of a wasteless. Doesn't mean max magic.
going to look great.
I should check on it. Okay, but this one we're gonna make the or no, I don't feel like frost build. It's like that one.
Not as protective, but great against the elements.
Okay, so what I read from if one dies, we will lose resources. So I guess we're gonna go and fight that thing or take off its armor. Then gather stuff. Codex compiling. Way station. Assembly first codex entry. The Southwall Way Station. As its borders solidified, the enclave built a series of physical fortifications along its land perimeter, with the largest of these being known simply as Southwall. There were several away forts dotted along the protective structure, with only one main entrance open to trade caravans. The station we now call home was once a resting stop just inside the enclave's walls, a safe harbor for caravaneers to rest behind the south wall after braving the treacherous road outside the enclave's control. Surprisingly well-preserved transit logs found in the rubble speak to a steady stream of traffic up until the surge. Also containing the way station logs are entries detailing the process for transporting dignitaries to Dunevron. These travelers will be met here and whisked to Dunevron via the Loomgate network, while the rest of the caravans or genius will continue on the trade roads to the final destination. Seems there was lucrative work to be had for weavers skilled enough to send the untrained through the Loomgates, a process that usually takes skill with a mantle. The process involved wrapping the non-adept in a thin weave of kinetic magic to transport them through the network. Caveat. What we know about this process was only pieced together from vague references, and it is deeply impracticable for us to attempt to replicate it at the current moment. Not to mention dangerous. I need to include the word dangerous here so Dom doesn't get any funny ideas. Regardless, it seems like we may be stuck here for a while, may as well try our best to make it comfortable. Okay.
Two wonders of enchanting, an arc and Loomgates. We can touch them, smell them if we want. And they don't work. Maddening.
Did you?
Did I what?
Smell the Loomgate.
A little, but that's beside the point. But mossy, hints of sage, a subtle yet full-bodied undertone of dirt.
Amazing. Well, now we just need to get it working.
Oh yes, should our plan succeed.
And if not?
Then it is time for Plan B, which I have not yet thought up, but I'm sure we won't need.
So, how often do I need to return to camp? Do you need me to report back frequently?
That's entirely up to you. Points privilege. You're the one taking the risks, so you can gauge how far and how long you can push. From time to time, I or the folks around the camp might have requests, but we'll defer to your priorities. And if you get into trouble, I'll pull you to safety. Might lose some resources, but that's a small price to pay.
Got it. A lot of responsibility.
Points privilege.
Okay. Yep, let's go and whack that thing.
Well pleased with the reforge. There's another option too. We can enhance your gear.
Not the same thing?
No. Enhancing uses more of the same materials from the original construction. I use them to add a bit more protection to your armor, reinforce your blades and such. Worth doing if you have extra materials. I'll be able to do more as we build my smithy's set of tools back up.
Yeah. So, how do you heck? There's another entrance point here now. No. So, can't I just go back to the... This feels kind of weird though. Shouldn't I be able to get to this out of this one? See if you can just...
You're coming up on the Ark of the Stricken Earth. With a stronger sword, hopefully the carapace will come off easy.
This might take a while.
You'll need to swing harder to cut through armor that thick.
What's happening?
Retrieving the carapace is going to be trickier than we thought.
The heck?
Is she really ready to fight that thing?
Catch your breath. When you're ready, you can climb the Ark to attack it from different angles.
Hey! That was rude. Oh, come on.
See those discs? Those are holding the armor in place. See those discs? Those are holding the armor in place. That's it! Hit the exposed skin with everything you've got. Magic isn't coursing through that patch of skin anymore. Move on.
Oh, what? I hate it. Ah!
worried we might lose our chance to get the carapace, but you secured it.
Any concerns about using the Archon strand, Dom?
Concerns? None. Excitement? Considerable. We should be able to weave that strand into your mantle, Bryn.
There's nothing else from this? That was it? Yeah, there's one place up there we haven't found. It's over there somewhere. Oops. Okay, we can't go in there because I don't have anything that does heat at the moment. Oh, you can shoot off some. Okay, so get out of here. Back to base. I don't know if I can run through this and make it in and survive. How do the switch? Okay, it's this. I guess I could drink this one. Yeah. That worked out. Alright, press the wrong button. In a while it's F to use and pick up stuff. There's E. F, let's use a potion for no reason. Been stupid to fight to Graham. He said there should be a way to go back and forth with this one, but... Oh, there is. Okay, so where the heck is this at? Because last time I ended up in town, so I didn't see where this one was. No. Ah, okay, it's up there. Okay, now we know. Okay.
Perfect.
You think this patch will fix the leaking pipe?
Yes. And with the debris cleared, why don't you tell Arya we've got everything we need to fix the Loomgate?
Me?
Acting or otherwise, major communication should come from the point.
I'll keep that in mind.
Lucian married through the strands of power woven into mantles. Each mantle can only be attuned to strands of the same family. By harvesting more stands from the, more stands? Shouldn't be strands then? From the wild creatures around the enclave. We can gain new abilities in order to increase the power of the ones you already has in her mantle. Kinetic powers. Okay, so we got thrust power. We need Dom's Atelier. What? Okay. Oh. Ensnaring blasts. Every time a new strand is harvested, Dom creates an artificial strand that resonates with the harvested one, following for further study of the magic within. Okay, that's what we get from killing those big guys. Okay. Qualities in order are fragile, fine, and exquisite.
They are quite the thing, aren't they? Tangles, I mean.
After what it was like outside the Enclave, the ones in here are child's play.
It is an enduring mystery as to why the Veil's shadow is flooded with them. I did not expect that they would be so common inside the Enclave.
Are they common anywhere?
No. They were theoretical until the Veil went up. And then, of course, they became... political.
That's what the Tangles themselves ask about them.
What exactly are tangles?
To our best understanding, magic is more than just energy. As far as we know, raw magic is a physical substance, but normally invisible. Our mantles gather it from the air as we move, but tangles prove it can concentrate on its own.
So Tangles were just a theory, digging into what that means.
You said they were theoretical. What did you mean?
Lane and I have been digging. The only research on tangles we could find were thought experiments until the Veil's appearance. As you might expect, that research was done here in the Enclave. Apparently, they did not publish everything they knew.
Mission politics, that's how they factor in.
What did you mean by political?
The surge was specifically catastrophic towards enchanted equipment. Explosions, out-of-control activations, you name it. And tell me, logically, who were the most likely people to have enchanted items on or around them?
The rich and powerful?
Well done. So, in a single moment, you have what seem to be hundreds of assassinations.
And decades of war followed.
As I said, political.
Heard enough? Wrap up the questions.
Thanks, Dom. That helps me understand them better.
Ultimately, the most practical advice I can give is very simple. Don't stand in the murder cloud.
Shouldn't we be trying to find a way out of here?
Focus on one thing at a time. That's all we can do.
What is there to focus on except that we're stuck inside a magical bomb?
The patch is ready, and I've cleared the debris at the Loomgate in Glintwood Hollow.
Excellent work, Bryn. Time for you to take a well-earned rest while the band heads into the Hollow.
You sure you don't need me to come?
We've got this, and you need the break.
All right, if you say so.
Yep. Do I have anything to...
Nice to work on something a little lighter every once in a while.
Dream about something?
Aurea, how's it going?
Bryn, you're awake. We're making progress over here. Careful with that.
Hey, no one came back to camp, did they? Is the rest of the band still with you?
We're all here. And the leak is just about fixed.
That was colourful.
Hey, wait, I just want to talk. That was incredible.
Hey, couldn't have done it without you.
Actually, we couldn't have done it without Sev. I didn't expect you to have such a deft hand with magical conduits.
I'm not... I mean... We just got lucky it held.
Not to distract from the victory, but something happened while you were gone. I saw something. Well, someone.
A Hearthsider?
Maybe. The figure was masked and standing at the edge of the camp. I think they were watching me before they disappeared.
How friendly.
If there are people still left in the Enclave, we need to find them. They can tell us what happened here.
Yes. I was just thinking we should chase down the scary masked figure that likes to watch Bryn sleep.
Maybe I scared the figure off. Speculate the Hearthsider could be fearful of us.
Hey, even asleep, I am a pretty fearsome presence. Seriously, though. We just burst through their veil, defeated their massive arc, and powered up their lost enchantments. Wouldn't you be scared of us if you were an Enclave Weaver?
That's actually not a bad point.
Friendly or hostile, if there are Hearthsiders, we need to find them.
Agreed.
And the good news is, fixing the Loomgate didn't just give us easier access to Glintwood, it expanded our scry's reach.
So scries are somehow connected to the Enclave's tapestry.
Every scry was built here.
This means you not only have access to the Loomgate, but you can safely explore further.
Incidentally, our maps indicate that there is a village beyond the Hollow in a large swathe of wetlands known as Dredger's Mire.
Perhaps we'll find our Hearthsider there. Bryn, why don't you brief with Lane before your next expedition?
Sounds good.
After that, it's time to use the Loomgate.
Why didn't you guys return using it yourselves?
We needed to take a key swatch back to camp in order to connect the two. We'll make sure you have a key swatch to connect any other Loomgates to this one from now on.
Codex compiling?
Here to brief.
I like to know everything I can before venturing off to a new place.
Just beyond the forested hills of Glintwood Hollow lies the wetlands known as Dredger's Mire. Much like the Hollow, the Enclave prospected many of the raw materials needed for its ambitious constructs and projects from the mire. Oh, it's no coincidence you found the Ark of the Stricken Earth near a collapsed mine. Likely, it was used for the excavation of minerals and metals before the surge. I believe the natural surroundings of the mire were also rich in resources. The Enclave even settled a small village there known as Poldervale.
Which is where I might find that masked figure that was watching me.
It's possible. Regardless, do you have any questions before you head out?
The village sounds pretty remote as more details on Poldervale.
What can you tell me about Poldervale? It seems like it was settled pretty far from their capital.
Indeed. Though, when you take instantaneous travel through Loomgates into account, what constitutes a remote village changes. The village was likely settled to facilitate the prospecting of raw materials in the outskirts. Resources farmed here could easily be transported across the Enclave through the use of Loomgates.
Sounds like it's mostly uncultivated land. Wonder how dangerous the mine would be.
Apart from the village, It sounds like this is mostly untamed lands. Any expectation that it will be more dangerous than the Hollow?
I would expect so, yes. We've made camp in a way station that's pretty far from Denevron. And the Maya yet even more remote. Everything I've read says the deeper into the outskirts of the Enclave one ventures, the more wild and untamed the lands become.
You're saying my battle with the Great Ark might be looking like child's play soon?
Possibly?
The rest of the band seemed mixed on whether chasing the Heartsider was a good idea, in its opinion.
Some of the others didn't seem so sure we should be trying to track down the masked figure. What do you think?
History demands we find them. If the masked figure truly is a Heartsider, their stories and what they've lived through in here would be invaluable to our understanding of the Enclave and of the Surge.
Sounds like I'd better find them then.
Yep, that's it. You will leave soon.
Thanks for the info, Lane. I think I'm ready to head out.
My pleasure. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I didn't have the biggest role to play in the Loomgates repair. I'm not exactly handy with a hammer. But watching the band work gave me an idea for a new alchemical project. Its working name is a Loom Shard.
A Loom Shard?
Yes, it's a shard that could draw magic from a Loomgate and bring you back to camp safely, wherever you are.
How is this different from Aurea pulling me back with the scry?
Unaided, Aurea can only summon enough magic to bring you back safely, not all the valuables you might have collected on your expedition. Because this shard draws magic from the Tapestry, it can bring you back safely with all you've gathered.
Thanks, Lane.
Okay. So use of caution. Okay, so that's what we need. That's upgrade now. Now we need to progress the story. Okay, so now we have the level 2, now we just need to find these other things. Hmm. Seems to be a lot of. We still have 2 recipes and other stuff. Okay. Let's use it and see how it goes.
Ready?
Let's do this.
First trip through the Loomgate is a success.
That was so awesome.
Hmm. What the heck? I didn't notice he was around. I was the focus on looking at that one. The heck are all those things up there? Oh shit. What the heck? How do I heck to walk on? Whitewood. Get to that one. No, I don't wanna. Okay, so they have pretty long aggro range then. Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's go back and hand in this material. Let me go back out here.